You have absolute control over only one thing: your mind. If you master that, no one else can stop you. People will test you. Life will push you. The world will laugh at your pain. But do you know what differentiates those who win from those who give up? It's the firm silence. It's the mind that, even bleeding inside, doesn't surrender power to chaos. So now, pay close attention. If you want to build an unshakable mind, face challenges with courage, and achieve real success, this video is for you, because here you will learn what no one has told you. The world doesn't change. People don't change. What changes is the strength of your mind in the face of them. And when that happens, nothing else has power over you. While the world pushes you to react, explode, victimize yourself, the great ones know. True power lies in choosing your own thoughts. Napoleon Hill called this mental authority and said that all wealth begins with a mastered idea. What does this mean? That before conquering something outside, you need to win inside. You don't control the weather, you don't control criticism, but you can choose not to give in, not to bow down, and not to surrender your peace to what doesn't deserve it. This silent choice made within the mind is the first step to becoming unshakable. And believe me, whoever masters this inner space doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. Do you want to know what makes a man continue, even tired, ignored, discredited? Self-discipline. It is invisible, but it shapes everything. It's what makes you get out of bed when your will wants to sink you. It's what prevents you from responding in anger. It's what says no to immediate pleasures because it sees the prize that hasn't yet arrived. Napoleon Hill was clear. Self-discipline is the bridge between thought and achievement. You can have the best plans in the world. You can read all the books. You can watch 1,000 videos like this one. But if you don't have the discipline to apply them, nothing happens. Act as if nothing affects you. Yes, but understand, this is not pretending, it's training. It's a mind that has been conditioned little by little to respond with purpose and not with impulse. And this silent strength is worth more than any fleeting motivation. We live in a noisy world. Everyone wants to speak, respond, prove something. But do you want to be truly strong? Learn to be silent. Napoleon Hill said that the most successful men he knew were those who spoke little and thought a lot. Because silence is a force field. It protects you. It observes you. It gives you time to think before acting. Being calm is not being weak, it's being strategic. While fools react, the wise calculate. And when they act, no one understands where so much firmness came from. Want to be unshakable? Remain silent when the world wants to provoke you. Because true power is knowing that you could explode, but you choose to win. Do you think you are strong because you feel less? No. Strength is not the absence of emotion. It is the ability to choose what to do with it. Napoleon Hill taught that the greatest enemy of success is the undisciplined mind, dominated by impulses. Anger makes you act fast. Anxiety makes you give up before the time. Neediness makes you accept what you don't deserve, but self-control makes you free. When you understand this, you stop justifying your behaviors with phrases like, "Ah, I'm just like that. It was stronger than me." Nothing is stronger than a determined mind. Nothing. Don't react. Choose. Don't explode. Observe. Don't let your emotions decide for you. Because those who only act when they're in a good mood never go far. Success demands consistency, and consistency demands conscious, emotional control. One of the greatest proofs of inner strength is the ability not to explain yourself all the time. You don't need to justify every choice, every step, every silence. Napoleon Hill said that the opinion of others is a luxury that only the insecure take seriously. While you try to please everyone, your energy is drained and your purpose is forgotten. But those who know who they are don't need to prove it. They walk with firmness, even when they are misunderstood. They choose what to keep silent about because they understand that answering everything is wasting time on nothing. People will judge you anyway. They will question you, criticize you, distort you. But so what? You're not here to be understood. You're here to fulfill what you were born to do. And this cannot be explained. It must be lived. Pay attention. Those who shout too much hide too much. The weak cannot bear the brilliance of the focused. They don't attack you for what you do wrong. They attack you for what you represent. You remind them of what they didn't have the courage to be. Napoleon Hill said that unfair criticism is almost always a disguise for unresolved admiration. So, stop trying to defend yourself. Stop trying to fix every comment. Stop trying to please those who will never support you. These people don't want the truth. They want you to lower yourself. They want you to explain yourself. They want you to give up. But you weren't made for that. You were made to disturb, to generate discomfort in those who live on autopilot, and to inspire, even silently, those who are still waking up. So, the next time they attack you, smile inside, because the noise only confirms one thing. You are on the right path. Pain doesn't come to destroy you, it comes to forge you. But only if you have the courage to face it and not run away. Napoleon Hill said, "Every adversity carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. But here is the secret. That seed does not flourish in those who live hiding from their own pain. Do you want to be unshakable? Then stop running from everything that makes you uncomfortable. Stop numbing your mind with distractions. Stop avoiding silence, because it is in silence that the truth appears. The pain you avoid today will return tomorrow, stronger. But the pain you face firmly transforms you into someone that no failure can break. Don't ask life to be lighter. Ask to be stronger. Because pain is inevitable. But suffering is the choice of those who refuse to evolve. The world sees what you show, but life rewards you for what you do when no one is watching. It's easy to seem strong on Instagram. It's easy to speak beautifully in videos. It's difficult to maintain focus when you don't have it. Applause. It's hard to get up early without anyone reminding you. It's hard to stay strong when no one recognizes your effort. But that's where an empire is built. Napoleon Hill called this invisible character, the strength that only appears behind the scenes, the discipline that no one sees, but that transforms everything. While the weak live on image, the strong live on practice. They train in silence, study when everyone sleeps, persist even without guarantees, because they know what you practice in the dark is what shines when your time comes. And that time always comes, but only for those who were prepared. Do you know what the difference is between those who win and those who give up? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's persistence. Napoleon Hill wrote, "The turning point for almost all men who achieved great success came at the moment when everything seemed lost. Most stop too early, give up at the first obstacle, or the second, or the 10th. But those who win are those who continue even when it no longer seems to make sense, because they understand a silent law of life. Miracles don't happen for those who try, they happen for those who don't stop. You may not see results now, it may seem that nothing is changing, but if you continue, something will open up in the future. Not by magic, but because life bows before those who persist with faith, discipline, and an inner fire that no one can extinguish. Stop wanting everyone to understand you. You don't need to be understood. You need to be respected. And respect doesn't come from explanation. It comes from attitude. Napoleon Hill said, "The man who truly knows what he wants doesn't need to justify himself, he just follows it." People only understand what is within their reach, but you're not here to fit into other people's understanding. You're here to build your own path, even if no one applauds at first. Do you want respect? Then stop bowing down. Stop begging for validation. Stop diminishing yourself to fit into small places. Speak less, walk more firmly, and let the result speak for you. Because in the end, whoever acts as if nothing affects them scares, silences, and inspires all at the same time. They say you're cold, that you've changed, that you're not the same anymore. But what they don't know is that this coldness they criticize so much is the armor you built after being hurt too much. Napoleon Hill taught that great leaders are those who learn to master their own hearts without ceasing to have a soul. You didn't become cold. You became more selective. You stopped begging for love. You stopped accepting emotional crumbs. You healed, and those who heal learn to keep silence, to distance themselves without making a scandal, to protect their peace as something sacred. The world calls this coldness, but you know, this is maturity, this is self-love, this is survival. Because those who have cried alone too much have learned not to be shaken by any storm. Do you really think it will be easy? That all you have to do is want it, believe it, and everything will fall into place? No, life doesn't work like that. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Life tests the determination of all men before entrusting them with great responsibilities. You will be ignored. You will be rejected. You will work in silence while no one believes in you. And perhaps you will think of giving up. But listen carefully. This is not the end. It is the test. Life wants to know if you are ready, if your will is true, if you keep going even when everything says, turn back. Because only after the test comes the reward. And the stronger your resistance, the greater the victory will be. Act as if nothing affects you. Because deep down you know, the great ones only receive when they prove they don't give up. Have you ever endured silently? Have you ever continued when no one supported you? Have you ever cried alone and still gotten up? Then listen to me now with an open heart. You are closer than you imagine. Napoleon Hill said, "Many people give up when they are one step away from success. They stop before the finish line. And maybe you are right there. There is one step. You don't feel it because you are tired. You don't see it because you are in the dark. But what you have been silently planting is creating deep roots. What seems invisible today will be admired by everyone tomorrow. But only you will know that it all started at that moment when no one believed. And even so, you continued. So, take a deep breath and keep going a little further, because the finish line never warns that it is near. It only appears to those who don't stop. You don't need to shout. You don't need to show off. You don't need to explain your victories. Just be at peace. Just keep going strong. Just keep going. And that already bothers some people. Napoleon Hill said, "Quiet persistence breaks more barriers than any demonstration of strength." And that is what is happening to you now. Your calmness bothers those who live in chaos. Your discipline irritates those who only know how to procrastinate. Your silent evolution screams to those who live stagnant. And that's why they judge you, criticize you, exclude you. Not because you are wrong, but because your presence exposes their weakness. Continue like this, firm, focused, quiet. Because the noisy ones want the stage, but the silent ones are building empires. The world belongs to those who don't despair. to those who observe before acting, to those who, even with hot blood, respond with coldness and clarity. Napoleon Hill said, "The man who masters his impulses inevitably masters the environment around him." And that's not an exaggeration, because in a world where everyone reacts, those who think before acting stand out. Most explode, complain, sabotage themselves for a moment of anger or neediness. But you learned to breathe deeply, to pause before speaking, to act with purpose and not impulsively. That makes you rare, makes you respected, makes you feared. Because true power is not making noise, it's managing to remain centered while the world collapses around you. If you master your inner self, the outer world is already won. Sometimes it seems that you are alone, that only you chose the difficult path, the path of discipline, of self-control, of silence. But listen carefully. You are not alone. You are part of an invisible minority that wakes up early without anyone seeing, that fights for a purpose without applause, that carries silent scars, and yet remains firm. Napoleon Hill knew this. He wrote for those who think differently, for those who refuse the easy path, and you are one of them. While many give up at the first fall, you continue. While many shout, you act in silence. This is the mark of the strong. They don't need to be seen all the time, because they know that true recognition comes when the world can no longer ignore them. You are on that path, and there are many others like you, silently growing. There comes a time when nothing else matters as much as your mission. You begin to lose interest in empty conversations, in distractions, in opinions, because now you are obsessed. And no, this is not an exaggeration. It is exactly this mental state that creates legends. Napoleon Hill called this a definite purpose, an inner fire so strong that it consumes fear, laziness, doubt, everything. You start living at a different pace. While others relax, you adjust your course. While they complain, you execute. You're no longer interested in appearances. You want to achieve. And what was sacrifice becomes a lifestyle. What was difficult becomes natural. Because now the focus is no longer effort. It's part of who you've become. And when that happens, nothing distracts you anymore. Nothing stops you. Have you fallen before, thought about stopping? Have you cried silently while the world went on, as if nothing was happening? But you didn't give up. And that's what makes you different. Napoleon Hill said, "Persistence transforms character and shapes destiny. The world may not recognize your effort at first. It may ignore you, criticize you, leave you alone. But there is one thing that no one can ignore for long: results. And results come to those who stayed, to those who insisted, to those who went through pain and came out stronger. In the end, the world bows. Those who laughed applaud. Those who doubted learn from you, because the world may not like it, but it respects those who never gave up. And if you got this far, it's because you are one of those. You are no longer the same. The one who was shaken by everything is gone. The one who needed approval no longer exists. Today, you walk firmly, think clearly, choose silence as your sword. Napoleon Hill knew the most powerful force in the universe is within the man who masters himself. And now this force, it's within you. You no longer need to shout or prove anything, because your posture speaks, your discipline shines, your focus inspires. And the most beautiful thing is, you don't even need to be noticed, because the truly great don't need an audience. They live their truth in silence, and just by existing, they already show the way. Now take a deep breath. Look around. See who you have become. You are living proof that when you are silent, the world listens. If this message touched you in some way, if it made sense in your life right now, then share this strength, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Tell us what struck you most, or just right. I choose to be unshakable. This helps us continue spreading this message to more people who, like you, are awakening to a new version of themselves. Remember, silence can be your greatest weapon, and your mind, your true wealth. See you in the future. Next video.